كاب ونون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون ربنا سكر لي بالكاف والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سدد لساني نوّر جناني صفي أماني وزد برائي. Viewers from around the world, welcome to Echo from Touba. Wednesday today, the third, the second actually, right here in Lamphal TV by the Veden. It's Magal time. It's been Safar 2 days ago, first of Safar. So inshallah today we're going to talk about the great Magal of Touba, one event in our community, very precious inshallah. That's the reason why we have our guests today visiting from Chess actually, but they did most of their studies here in Dakar. We have Serigne Mamadou Diémé in white actually, and also his friend. They did most of the studies together. Serigne Lamine Amar. Mamadou Diémé actually went to Cheikh Anta Diop University. Right now he's an interpreter working in various areas. Welcome to the program, guys. Alhamdulillah. But before, first, we're wishing long life to our Khalif, Sheikh Muntaqa. May Allah help him. And we were so happy in Dakar with his stay here for about a week here for the purpose of the opening of Mazalik al-Jinan. I think whoever was in this city is so proud, so happy of the realization of this mosque. First, thanks also to Serigne Mbacké Faye coming out with this pearl, this beautiful architecture. Is really hats off to Cheikh Mbacké Faye, but also to Serigne Maïssa Touré, the architect, or Sokhna Mariama Tall, the engineer who were behind the work. Thanks also to Serigne Matar. They were with us, and Serigne Mamadou, we were with us during the live we had over in Mazalik al-Jinan. We were so happy when we recall the verse, what Serigne Touba said about Bil Muntaha, wajnatu fin Dakaru, zikran bi khat kubkibal makaru. I was really speechless when they told me the first sentence is the numerical value is actually 1,441. I mean, this is which is the Hijri year, this year we're living right now. That's amazing. Sheikh Al-Khadim, what he accomplished, and what Sheikh Muntaha did for his right. We're going to come back to that, inshallah. But first, I'm going to let you guys do your salam alaikum first. Mamadou Diémé, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
My name is Mohammed Diémé, and I'm an interpreter for the time being. And I'm really very glad to be around to take part of the Echoes from Touba show, which was first shown to me or presented to me by one of my friends. He's named S.Fallou, and he's there selling in around Peterson. So he was told me about the show, so I was really enjoying it, and from there I started like watching it on TV, and I'm just like thanking Allah for having blessed me with the opportunity to come here and then take part of the show, you know. So mostly to come to the TV where mostly, you know, we're seeing and learning a lot about Mam Cheikh Ibra Fall, and I'm thanking so much, you know, the two hosts that are organizing that program. That's a blessing for me. That's the reason why, you know, I'm thanking so much those people, you know. So I'm thanking Allah for having blessed me to be here.
MashaAllah, Serigne Mamadou Diémé, you really most welcome. There's always an emphasis on this show for youngsters, because I think it's a great opportunity for this country, for the ummah, for the order to be upgraded, because in many levels, because youngsters today, mashallah, have a lot of knowledge. And Mr. Lamine Amar, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, dear Senegal. Assalamu alaikum, dear world. I would say all and good. My name is Muhammadu Mustafa Amar, but better known by Lamine Amar. And I'm very much happy just to be around today, just to have to deal with such a topic which just like interests the whole entire world. Because once we need to talk about something that everybody is expected, because now we are in that period, meaning like the Safar time, and people need to know much better how to get ready for the Safar, how to get ready for the very day which everybody get ready, meaning like the 18th of Safar, the day of the Magal. I'm very proud to be part of like this show, and I'm thankful also to my friend Muhammad Jeme, because it's by means of him that I know about the show. I used to watch it, but I did not got even the opportunity to be invited right here.
Right.
But whatever we do it together. We've been just learning together, and as he's working as an interpreter, that's what I'm doing myself too. So we got the same background,
MashaAllah.
and we also are thankful for our, to our parents for everything they have done for us. We can't just forget them. Meaning Inya, if I say Inya is gonna understand. But if I say also my mom Fatifa and my daddy Imam Ibrahim Amar, I am greeting all of them.
MashaAllah.
All right.
So greetings to all of you guys watching, and happy Safar, MashaAllah. They are a pure product of Senegalese, educational system. So Alhamdulillah, to see youngsters like that, really with the proper knowledge. That's what actually the Mouridism need, this country need, and MashaAllah. But we were well treated during this past week. We had the Caliph coming to Dakar for the purpose of the opening of this great mosque, humongous, called Mazalik al-Jinan, Ways of Paradise. What's your impression about the last week we lived in Dakar, Mr. Mamadou Jeme?
Well, to my humble point of view, was I would be just like stating it like a way or a manner or just like a magnification of thanking that people had toward Allah. Why so? Because this is, in too many ways, people are just defining that the fact of having Masalikul Jinan in Dakar has been predicted, has been like among the gift that Allah has bestowed Sheikh Ahmad Bamba Khadim Rasul when he went on the travel just like to save the humanity. So I would be just like saying that this is a blessing that we need to take profit from, to unify and to unite every one of us around one single point, which is all about thanking Allah through Imam Sheikh Ahmad Bamba. So if we understand that point, if we understand that we need to live, and the example has been exemplified by Masalikul Jinan, we will be just like enjoying it and rejoicing the fact of having it here in Dakar. When we know Dakar, we know we have troubles here, we have problems here, but we know that the administrative secret of Senegal, or like in West Africa, I would be saying, just like residing in Dakar. So when we're having the greatest mosque of Murid, of Islam here in Dakar, I will be just like rejoicing it, just like simply thanking Allah for that. And I would be just like adding to what I just uttered a while ago, by understanding the point that having Masalikul Jinan is just like one step forward for the unification of Islam. So it is already united, but I mean the tariqa and also the different religion that we have here in Senegal. In a sum, I would say Masalikul Jinan is representing the Senegal itself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mamadou Jeme. Very bright, enlightened what you just said. Sayyid Lamin, the past week, it was electrified. What you can add on that?
Personally, I was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to say about this topic, which is a little bit sensitive to talk about, because something does happen. Everybody's aware of what happened. Meaning, the fact of having Masalikul Jinan here in Dakar, I can consider that as a magnificence of the greatest achievement that have never got achieved by anybody else rather than Sheikh Ahmad Bamba.
MashaAllah.
This means what? If you do what nobody cannot, you have what nobody can't have. And this was just an endowment of those of like the magazine, the big magazine or the force of God subhanahu wa ta'ala that has been given to him, Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, just like to spread it all over the world. Because what people need to understand the most is, how many people did we have in Dakar last time? it was like the Magal. In that occasion, I can say the number of people we had last time during like the inauguration of Mazalikul Jinan, we can't have that number even during the pilgrimage. Or it's almost the same thing. So now I'm not talking about the Magal.
Right.
This was just like first step before the Magal, and we saw what happened. And the unification that Mohammed Jamal talked about, we need also to put the focus on that, because we had all the Islamic communities like getting together, and they were all enjoying the same victory. This victory is not today's victory. It has ever been, and it will last forever. People need to understand that. This is one point that people just can look at and have an idea about what is behind the creator of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, because people may not understand about him right now, because it's not the time for a fully understanding of who Sheikh Ahmad Bamba is.
MashaAllah.
I can't know, you can't know, nobody cannot. The day that people are going to know, it's not programmed, it's not skilled yet, but it's going to happen.
Maybe after Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, after Doomsday, everybody is going to know about him.
Right.
It's the same one. It's the same one.
Absolutely, Senjama. Well said. Well put up there. I think last week was really amazing. Like they say, what happened in Dakar, nobody, I mean, to my recollection, nobody I haven't heard that or lived that kind of crowd, though. They were poised in the love of Serigne Touba. That was amazing how people felt, how people, the energy, I mean, somebody, myself, I left my house at 6 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't enter this planet of the mosque. That tells you how many people were there.
Definitely.
And then the beauty of the mosque itself. But there's something I want to, guys, you to come, to say something about, is the unification of the community there. Because you see, Pap Malik C of the Tijani order, you see the Kaulaki order, even I heard at the end, actually, they had Hadaratul Juma over there where they, did the Salatul Fatihi. And then also, even the Khadiri order, they had to come, they wanted to do their part over there, play their part. I don't know if they did it or not. But I've never seen Senegal come up together this way for one purpose, the purpose of Islam. The unification itself. What can you say about it?
Well, to my humble point of view, I will be just referring to the words of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba Khadim Rasul, who said, so this is part of the science that shows that everything was given to Sheikh Ahmad Bamba. So accept it or not, it is real. This is one of the signs. Everybody is being gathered by one single goal, the celebration of a victory of a man who went alone to face the white man for the single sake of Islam raising in Africa and in West Africa. If we go to recollection, we see what was proven, what was said, what was put into impediment to what he's achieved right now. Today we're rejoicing. Today we're really very happy about it. We just like flabbergasted, as my friend said. But when you just like take a little bird eye view from the thing, you will see that everybody was there. There was no other color other than Islam. There was no other people other than believers. There was no other people there other than the young people ready to set up their life for a specific point in the future, which is all about the recollection and the right going of Islam on this earth. So I would be just like saying that this is Alhamdulillah and MashaAllah. And also, if my words I would be saying that, I would be just like saying Jerejef Serigne Touba Khadim Rasul. Why am I saying that? I cannot actually have the right translation in English, just like to say that. That word, actually, I cannot actually find the exact meaning in the English language, because to my understanding, we cannot really have that, because we're having like the tasawwuf and others. So when we're having to measure those words, you cannot have that in
proper translation.
Yeah, the proper translation in other, we just like having the sum up a little meaning about it. But still, the real meaning of that word, we need to be putting it into practice and to be thanking Allah for that. We unite, but we unite for the sake of Allah. We unite for the victory of a man who went single
for the sake of Allah. We went to unite, and we rejoiced that victory after having been there for, long hours, just like staying and waiting, just like to see, to take part of the prayer and everything that happened. You see, the Tijan, we all the same. I cannot actually make any distinction between us, because we all the same. We believe in Allah, we believe in Rasulullah, and we know that everybody that come after, he's just like following them. So we cannot have any dispatching between us. So that's the reason why I'm saying that Masalikul Jinan is the unification of Senegal, after we know it locally that we had suffered from specific divergence in terms of religious perspective that was put into place just like to divide people. But unfortunately, and alhamdulillah, we had Masalikul Jinan that came to unite and to pacify everything around it. We pacified troubles between Tariqa, we pacified the trouble between the so-called political leaders of the country. We pacified people in their faith and in their belief in Allah, knowing that every time and every period of time that we'll be living, despite the distraction of the the Moors and everything, we know that Allah will be always here, and Khadim Rasul is there just to protect us and help us go in the right way.
Absolutely. The Sheikh, I mean, we were raised in the understanding of knowing that Islam is one, we're all brothers. If you run through Sheikh Al-Khadim's work, one of the most outstanding actually is Matlabul Shifa with all the Wajh al-Khulub and other. He feel that he want Islam, Muslim people to be together. He always said that. But he said, Lil Mustafa nawaitu ma yujaddidu sunnatu al-ghara wa inni ahmadu. That means he represents the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you can be representing the Prophet and be divisive. That's impossible. So he's the one who unite most of the Muslims here in Dakar for the first time. Everyone felt the implication in this particular ummah, the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What can you add to that? The unification itself, Sayyid Lamin Amar.
Just to my simple way of understanding it, we need just to say it as it is, because that unification, or I would say well and good, Mazarik itself can be considered as the real embodiment of the oneness of God, which result in the oneness of Islam, which result in the oneness of all the gatherness of the different communities we have. Last time, myself, I was feeling flabbergasted, as I said a while back, because it was very much amazing to see the Murid community, see the Tijan brotherhood, the Lion brotherhood, all those brotherhood getting together, and they were doing what? What did I feel? What did you feel? What did I feel that you did not feel? Everybody felt the same thing, which was true hospitality. And when we talk about Islam, it's all about acceptation of the others. And also, this is one way to talk about hospitality. And thanks to Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, we have that opportunity. We have been witness to this great event of Islam. What I will add up to that is this. Sheikh Ahmad Bamba said, I will get back to Dakar when I become Muntaha. What does it mean? The words that everybody knows about it. So, I don't know if I translate it well or not, but the way I understand it, because the understanding is deep. I may understand it this way, you may understand it another way. But the way that he helped me understand, and I know it's thanks to him that I understand whatever I say, it is that he came back and he was the witness of the victory that himself he went for and came back with.
Absolutely.
What did he do? He came to give everybody his share. Last day was the day of the shares. The Muri community, they had their say. The Tijan community, brotherhood, they have their say. All people that came around, they have their says, including even those people with whom we don't say the same religion.
Because the church over there, they opened their space to Murids. They prayed inside the church in Senegal.
Of course.
So talking about, you know, Islam and Christianity talks and, you know, getting together. I think the Mazalik came out really to prove that Senegal is away from most of the countries in Africa, across Africa, the world. Having a church on a Friday processing, opening their space for Murid to come, and they went to get water, to get candies, and gave it out to people. It was just, and you saw before the opening of Mazalik, people were talking a lot of nonsenses about Islam and Christianity.
Sure.
But and even the, what do you call him again? The head of the Christian.
Oh, the Pope came.
No, not the Pope. The guy. What do you call him again? He went to see Sheikh Muntaha and asked for Sheikh to pray for him, because he said, we inspired by Mazalik and we have our church that's been under construction for years. So he asked the Sheikh to pray for him. That's Senegal. That's how people get together here. You know, peace and stuff. But anyway, we're going to put these videos, inshallah, on YouTube, you know, and also on Facebook. You can follow us. You can just press the like button. It's going to help open the audience of this show that's happening here every Wednesday. There's 2 Wednesday every 2 weeks in Lamphal FM. Thanks to Sheikh Ali Chun for all the means he provide for the dissemination of the work of Sheikh Ahmadu, Sheikh Al Khadim, Khadim Rasul. And we're gonna move forward and talk about Sheikh Muntaha. But before we said that, we're gonna recall all the Khalif that are involved in this particular work. From Serigne Saliou, I remember all the energy he put up. The day he asked Sheikh Muntaha to come and put the first brick. It was in 2007 or 5 or something. And Sheikh Becho came out to give the bernde, all the food over there. I remember that. I was in Yari Tali, a neighborhood in Dakar. And then after that, you know, Sheikh Saliou, he chose the plan. The architecture. He did a lot for this particular, and pray for them, of course. And we had also Sheikh Mohammed Lamin Bara, who played a huge, humongous role in this particular task, because he's the one who came in, went to see Makiyu, explained it, went to see Makiyu, and then went to see also the spot, the loft that was, you know, preserved for the construction, and told them, point out to the soil, and told them, this is the place.
This is the place.
So, and there was a lot of water over there. I was born in Dakar, but I never went there because we know there was a lot of water around. We used to call them sukuba, which means you have to put a lot of soil in order to do anything over there. And also Sheikh Mohammed Lamin Bara, he chose Makiyu Faye, because then people were saying, okay, why Makiyu? He said, what I need in Dakar, only Makiyu can do it. So it was, he knew what he wanted to do. And also, thanks to President Wad also, who gave out this land as Idaya to the community. So, alhamdulillah. And also, Sheikh Sidi Mokhtar, his son, during the day that was dedicated to Sheikh Sidi Mokhtar, he said, minimum, Sheikh Sidi Mokhtar gave out 17 billion CFA. That's the minimum he gave out. So the chunk of this construction, you can say, is Sheikh Sidi Mokhtar who did it. Really, he put lots of energy, lots of money in this construction. So alhamdulillah, no wonder it was the 27 we opened it, because he's the seven miracle Khalif. 7 years, 7 minarets, 7, and even we opened the mosque La Kharwa on the 17th.
After 7 years of construction.
After 7 years of construction. So I didn't think, and also, I was thinking about it. We opened the mosque in 1963, the Mosque of Touba, actually. And this one opens up in 1919. I mean, 2019.
2019,
That's 56 years. That's 228.
Sure.
That means 28 Touba over there, and Touba now. We have a Touba in Dakar.
Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. That's how.
That's amazing.
Too many miracles in this. In the staying of Sheikh Muntaha. Actually, we were going to talk about him. He's amazing. He's a joyful Khalif. Oh, anytime you see him, he's so happy. I've ran out to this verse. Serigne Touba said, "Lil Muntaha awsil bi khayri lawm, busharatan takhludu kullu yawm." you know, by Muntaha, bring joy every day without complaint. And make that joy every day much bigger, resounding. I mean, if I see this word, I'm like, this is Sheikh Muntaha.
It is.
Tell me about the personality, what he represents for you as a youngster right now. What is your feel about Sheikh Muntaha?
For my personal and humble point of view,
I hope it's not a strong question.
It is personal, right? But to me, Sheikh Al-Muntaha is Sheikh Salim Mbake. It is Sëñ Muntaha, Sëñ Touba Khadim Rasul. So why am I saying that? I'm just like making a junction. Sheikh Muntaha is Sëñ Touba to me, because he is where Sëñ Touba was supposed to be if he was still around. And still he is around. But I just want people to understand that I consider him no as a different way than Sëñ Touba Khadim Rasul. So which means that, you know, everything that I would be saying or considering Sëñ Touba Khadim Rasul, that's exactly the same view that I have about Sëñ Muntaha Khadim Rasul. If I'm not mistaken, there is somewhere where it is written and it is being well said and well spread around Senegal, around the world, that Khadim Rasul said, I will be staying around with you, my people, my disciple, with the world for 400 years. And I actually think that we only had 100 years pass by. So we still have 300 years coming. So to me...
In fact, it's 9 years this year.
Yeah, anyway. So almost like 100 years, yeah.
100, right.
So we're having like... I believe that Sëñ Touba is Sëñ Muhammad Muntaha. So that's the same, that's the exact and simplistic way that I could...
that.
Yeah, to explain what I have from him. Yeah.
MashaAllah. Sheikh Muntaha, of course, I remember Sayyid Abdullah used to say, don't call me Khalif, call me Naib. Why? Because he said, when you're Khalif, that means the one you represent, he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
And Sheikh Sëñ Touba, he's still around, so I'm his Naib. The one that really, you know, replace him for the circumstances, not in general. So when you say he's Sëñ Touba because he's representing Sëñ Touba right now. The personality of Sëñ Muntaha, Sëñ Lamine, what do you make of that?
I guess take pride to answer the question, because I think it's not just a question but an affirmation. When we talk about the personality of somebody who is embodying somebody who can't be seen anymore for some people. I said so for some reasons, because Sheikh Muntaha is reviving the day-in-day life of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba. Meaning, my friend said so, he's doing the same thing that Sheikh Ahmad Bamba was supposed to do, or he's supposed to do if he was around still, and is around still. Meaning what? Reviving the Hasidah. This is the first point. Whatever Sheikh Ahmad Bamba has, the most amazing like achievement of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba himself, he said, it's like the Hasidah. And Sheikh Muntaha, yes,
my miracles in my writings.
yes, these are like his miracles. And Sheikh Muntaha came and starting reviving those like the reciting of Hasaids. We can all witness this. The first Safar, the first day of this month, it was celebrated hugely in Touba. What for? With what? What were the tools they used to celebrate? If you want to celebrate somebody, you need to have like the tools. You need to have like the means. You need to know what that person you celebrating loves. And if you know about now the degree of the victory or the degree of happiness that you feeling in doing so, you need now to use what he consider as the best thing out of those given things from God directly. And these are just the Hasaids. Number one thing, Number two, the reconciliation of all, I'm repeating it, like Islamic Brotherhood. So Muntaha has played a key role getting everybody together around the same table, understanding each other, accepting each other, and forgiving and giving away whatever. I will point out another point just to magnify the personality of Sayyid Muntaha. He put the focus on what we call adiyah. What does it mean to us all, like Maurice, adiyah? We know about that. What did we use to build the mazalik? Sharafat said, you can't just be in front of a balance, speaking just to get one part fall down. It's not possible. You need to take something and put on one side. Weight it up. And things are going to happen. We need just like to reconsider that what Sheikh Ahmad Bamba wanted, what Serigne Saliou Mbacké revived it. So Serigne Muntaha Mbacké came and revived it fully because himself he's living that. That's why I consider him, as my brother said, they are not 5, they are not 10. It's the same one going and coming. I will not say going, it's the same one coming and coming. This is, I think, the right thing to say.
I don't know if our viewers, you know, that are know in our order will understand what Sayyid Lamin is about to suggest here. But anyhow, there's a lot we can actually emulate on Sheikh Muntaha. Is the way he, you know, his education, you know, his look, always have a smile on. And Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said this, even a smile is a sadaqah to the ummah. So mashallah, may Allah give him really long life. What he's, I mean, hopefully he's coming back every year to Dakar. Also, by the way, we again, like I said, we're going to be putting up these videos, inshallah, up front on YouTube and also in social media. You can find Echo from Touba. You can, you know, Google out, and then you'll see most of the previous videos of this particular show that is here on Facebook. We're on Facebook because of the face of Sri. Wasn't Facebook, I mean, Shaykh al-Khadim and Islam of face of Allah, we won't be doing that, inshallah. So you can go ahead and Google out all these videos and see what we did in the past, all for the sake of Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. We're going to open the line, inshallah, 10 minutes before we close up. And, you know, the numbers will be on screen, inshallah, 88628-1907. This is live again. If you are outside of Senegal, you can call on 33-824-5281. 10 minutes before the end of the show, inshallah, we're going to have those numbers put up for you, so you can call up and see Magal feeling, what you guys can add up to the conversation we're having right now. We've seen Mr. Jeme, Mr. Mamadou Jeme, Sheikh Muntaha also did a reconciliation of two, a former president and an actual president, meaning President Wade, who gave out money, I mean, in terms of the land. We have President and President Sall also, who did works that, you know, globalizing 7 billion, the roads around, and the electrification and a lot of stuff around Mazalik, not inside but around Mazalik al-Jinan, and they were involved the relationship between these personalities. And Sheikh Muntaha came to did the reconciliation on that particular day of Friday. What really should be the process after that? Is it something the politician of Senegal should learn? Is it, what's your appreciation about the act of having these two people together on that particular date and place as Mazalik al-Jinan?
Well, to my humble point of view, I would be just saying that this is part of the blessing that emanated from the D-Day and from having Mazalik al-Jinan in Dakar. As I said it, you know, Dakar, we're having like a lot of stuff going around, like, you know, administrative, like a lot of stuff going around. So that's the reason why when we're having two political leaders, two president that was not in good mood, I don't know what was the reason of their being not, the source of it, but still they were put together, back together peacefully. It is thanks to me to to the fact of having Masalikul Jinan around. So actually, what they would be learning from it is just to know and to remember the words that Sheikh Al Muntaqa did say that day. To know that everything that they will be doing, they will be just remembering of Allah in the deeds. So if they do that, they will not be regretting. But if they, of course, they follow their nafs and then they do whatsoever they want, so that would be bringing about a problem.
With the pressure of Mazalik, can you think there's going to be a stepping back? I doubt it.
It goes back to the consideration that it will be having about Sheikh Al Muntaqa
and the mosque itself.
Yes. If Saint Touba says do, then it is being done by human beings or by angels or by whosoever. It is being put into practice.
Right.
So when Saint Muntaqa says do not do, so I don't
stay away from that.
Yeah, man. That's
absolutely.
That's the way I am. That's what I believe, and that's how I think that the others would be doing. That's from my humble point of view. That's
I mean, that gathering. Like you said, the unification, the fact that they had problems, and then Sheikh Muntaqa came in to erase that in front of the public. Do you think it's going to be, what should we learn from that particular unification?
Simply because Sheikh Muntaqa is the real embodiment of Islam. Why so? Islam means peace. What does he want? Peace. What does he do? He did whatsoever was necessary to get them back in peace and live peacefully. We can't build our Senegal without peace. And this was just an example to show to the future generations. Politics we can't get rid of politics because we are living in a nation where we have regulations. Political science.
Politics is part of Islam anyway.
Politics is politics. But maybe people, they don't have a clear notion of it. This may cause a problem to some people due to their lack of understanding of the term politics. When you say politics, they say, hey, who? What's going on?
Right.
And politics is not bad. It's something good. What was done last time by Sayyid Muntaqa was an Islamic politics. And nobody can deny that he did fulfill what he had to fulfill. And this was just to show or to bestow an example, just by means of exemplifying what he did. Certain authorities of these political authorities or religious authorities, they can learn from what happened, not just like to make the same blunder happen again in the future. So this is just somehow my way of seeing things. Sheikh Muntaqa Mbacké represent Islam because what he wants is peace, and Islam means peace.
MashaAllah. Beautiful. Well said, actually. Well, we just wishing everyone who were part of this construction, may Allah really help them. And then other works are coming, other projects are coming. The Muridism is like that. We finish with one, you start with another. Right now we're hitting, we did already the University of Touba. 37 billion. I mean, right now going on is really advancing greatly right now. So whoever has to, because if you stay away, this is how it works. I mean, when we were doing the Mazalik mosque, if you didn't come out and give your energy and money to Sering Touba, it's done in 7 years. So the university is right here. I urge everyone to go ahead and do that. And also, Lamfal TV is doing many programs right now, as Magal programs. You're going to see that a lot of stuff going to be changing here in terms of topics and many other conversation we're going to be having with you guys. Anything related to the Magal itself, way to work also with Rawd Rayahin, the community over there that is in charge of the Magal of Touba, waiting for also sponsors to come sponsor programs like this.
Of course.
That's right, Echo from Touba. So in order for things to work, because always money have to follow up anyway, in order to reach goals in situations like this. Right now we're going to talk about the Magal of Touba. Is coming the 17th, 18th of Safar in each calendar, and this is the biggest. That's one thing to call out for everyone to come and thanks Allah. This is the only time we heard Saint Touba I said I cannot do it myself. I mean, in terms, Saint Touba did everything by himself. But the first time he said, this is a work, a task, I really cannot do it myself. So I solemnly call people to come. It's just like, Ya Ahl al-Barri, Ya Ahl al-Bahri, Ujul al-Bahri, Bahri Saqai. Come to this generosity, mashallah. So what is the role of our youth, like you guys, for this Magal right now? What do you think? And by the way, before we're thanking also Sering Mamar of S.Fallou, but also Sering Amza. Sering Amza was gathering a lot of youngsters like you, readers of Jalibatul Maraqib. Follow my regard. Follow. Mr. Lamin, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got what you mean.
All the readers of Jalibatul Maraqib and,
I got
and
the
all
point.
these great qasidas of Sering Touba and Nur al-Darini. I mean, mashallah, they were there on the 1st of Safar reciting. I mean, what a great day. See a gathering. I mean, I think this is what we call really development in the Muridian order. When you see this strong of the amount of people gathering and doing what Allah wants them to do, reading Quran under presided by Sering Mamar of S.Fallou, Khasidas by Sering Amza of Sering Shoaibu. What a great day. Inshallah, this is the way to prepare, of course, the particular day. Role of youngsters for the upcoming, the processing of the Magal. What you can add on that?
I would like, first of all, if you allow me to pronounce a little bit some words about the situation of youngsters nowadays in the country and how we evaluating just like toward Sering Touba. And if I call Sering Touba, I mean the Magal of Touba. So when you look at the society, how the youth is evolving, how we evaluating, we're just being trained and shaped into fakehood. When you go to school, you're not being told the reality, what you actually need in your social life, in your daily life, to survive and to maintain yourself as a human being. What you're being told, it is something else. Like here in Senegal, about history, we're not being told the real history that happened in our society. What are we seeing outside? What are we seeing? What are we learning from the politicians? We are being told and being, put into practice of fakehood, of falsehood, how to trick people, how to take their money or how to take their vote by any means necessary. This is one of the sort of things that when you go to the market, what happens, you see, the guys, they're selling bad goods and then they pretending that they are good goods. So if you're having like a good mind, going to those people selling you fake good goods, then you're wasting your money.
Right.
So in fact, this is what we're in. That's what the situation in which the youth is. So when you're moving that youth, shaped into that, with the help of Khadim Rasul, he's calling you, come and thank Allah. Come and thank Allah for having blessed me, surviving, being there, and recollecting and revivifying Islam here in West Africa. Let us remember that in history, it is being written by Guy de Bocher in a book named Autopsie de la colonisation, les deux versants de l'histoire, that colonization was only set just to discredit Islam. It was first succeeded in Europe when they did it with Landology, and after that they came to Africa because they knew that Islam was almost discredited in every western part of Europe and Asia. So we only had the remaining parts in Africa. So that's the reason why they came to Africa, and Alhamdulillah, they faced Khadim Rasul, who came out victorious. And out of that victory, Khadim Rasul is calling us to go to Touba and thank Allah for having blessed him for that victory. So when we're saying thank you Allah, when we're going to the Magal, we're saying thank you Allah for having helped us live in Islam, still in Dakar, still having Masalikul Jinan, still having the Mosque of Touba in Touba, still having to pray peacefully in our nook and cranny, just like for the sake of Allah. So it is very important. So what the youth needs to be learning from that, it is just to get ready. How? Gather everything possible you have. In Islam, Sheikh Ahmad Bamba did say, Touba di Abdul Murid Sarikhin Lahumu, Abihumadin, Abihubin, Awhadiyati. Ever you have your money, or you have your strength, or you just have your will, or you're able to learn some Khasida or Al-Quran to get ready for the day, just do it. we need first to be conscious about the importance of the event. It is not only just like bringing out money and then buying a lot of goods and giving people. It is part of it, because when you're welcoming people, you need to feed them. You need to give them, rooms where they will be, freely in Touba. So for that to be accompanied with we worshiping Allah, we need not to forget it. It's not a party.
Right.
So when we worshiping Allah, we need to be going with the Quran, talking about the hadith of the Prophet, reading the Qasida, as Saint Hamsatu Mbaki is like training the young into doing. So I have a specific word to my Saint Hamsatu Mbaki, who's doing a great and enormous job about like training the youngster. You could see what the word that Saint S.Fallou did say, like give me the youngster that I put in them what Saint Touba did put in the elders.
Right.
You understand? So we will see that the exact job that is being done by Saint Hamsatu Mbaki Ibn Saint Sohaibou. So that's a great thing that we enjoying and that we're rejoicing, everybody, and also we're taking the opportunity to thank him so much by the sake of Allah. So that's all I had to say about it. I think my friend Muhammad Mustafa Ahmad will be having to add more.
MashaAllah. Sheikh Mustafa, Sheikh Lameen, actually, the role of youngsters in the actual Magal, the processing, whatever happened, what do you think should be the youth stand for this coming Magal?
Oh, I think I do not want just to repeat the same thing as my Yaram here next to me. What I will say is we need to focus on intention, because intention maybe is the key to better make things happen the way things should happen. What I have just lived, and maybe you are living too, in the society as young people, we have got to know some people who don't have much knowledge, or enough knowledge about Shaman Bamba to be able to worship God through him. Because the best way to worship God, I consider, my personal point of view, my personal consideration, is like worshiping God through Shaman Bamba. Something I need to point out again is when you have a youth like we have in Senegal, a youth that lacks understanding, that lacks knowledge, that youth is not having like shelter to be able to get rid of all those blunders, or just to get rid of complications like throughout the way long, because the way is too long, full of gym jumps. If you don't know where you're stepping, you might be misled, and once you get misled, you can't reach
How
the
to come back.
destination. How to come back. And as the saying goes, if you don't know anymore where you're going, you need to return where you are from. Where were we from? Islam is the source of our existence, but we don't know much about it because of what the Western did in a period of time when we were having those problems, meaning colonization, decolonization. All those facts result negatively in the African youth. I'm not going to limit myself to Senegalese, because if I limit myself to Senegalese, it means Shaman Bamba is only for Senegalese, and Shaman Bamba is more than that. It's for the whole Ummah. So everybody needs to get also understanding about that. But why I am going to talk about Senegalese youth, because they are the nearest youth to experience and implement the Magal of Touba. I am recalling them just like to behave properly towards people, to be positive towards people, to be open-hearted to be people, open-minded, to forgive a lot, and never do a blunder. If people behave that way, I think we can just make the Magal happen in a way that Shaman Bamba wants it. You have your food, you provide food. You have your drink, you provide drink. You have money, you give to the needies. We need to think about that a lot. Thanking God, worshiping God, I think is like you find a community that needs food, you provide them with food. But it doesn't mean you buy your food or your goods, you get them with you into Touba, you eat them, and you come back What did he do? The way Shamat Bamba called for help, it means to help, just thanks God,
Right.
to help sustain like the worship towards God. And by the way, I think people need just to like to enlarge their understanding and widen it and open their heart, open their like the house doors, open their rooms, and have as many people as possible. Feed them all, feed them well, give them good food and good drink, and also remember them of the hard times that Sheikh Ahmad Bamba faced for us today to be at peace. We need also to focus on that point. People may not know about why we are celebrating. If you know the celebration is because I am going for the victory. This is the first step. Like just the first step to the battle. This is what I'm celebrating.
Right.
And if somebody does that for you, what you have to do is just to be open-hearted and to be able just to fit to the recommendation done by him, so much as that everything is gonna be very well passing. It's gonna be like very smooth, very smoothly going.
MashaAllah.
I think the youth once more needs just like to be ready for the implementation into the Magal. If they do that way, Shaman Bamba is going to be happy, and we can have what we're expecting from him,
Right.
and directly it's going to come from him because he's the owner of everything.
Absolutely. Malakani dunya wa ukhra samadu.
Yes.
That's what he expressed. A step further, there's a lot of enforced laws and legislations over there that were here before during Sheikh Abdullah's time. Like you can smoke in Touba, you can drink, there's no alcohol, free, play drums, doing stuff like that, and a lot of other stuff that are not allowed in Touba. So to enforce that, how youngsters can stand up in order to help the Caliph really to meet up with all the needs or the wants Srin Touba said actually in Madhab al-Fawzaini. What should be the stand of youngsters?
Well, to what I see, I would be just like glorifying, by the way.
By the way, the line is open. If you guys want to come over and wade in with some ideas or your thought about Safar and what's coming up, feel free to do it, inshallah. You can read right now all the numbers on screen. You can call up the 3314 if you're outside, and in Senegal for the 88, inshallah.
Yes, what I was saying is like a little bit to glorify the best I can the work that is being done by Seigne Abdul Karim and S.Fallou in providing role stockers to physically handicapped people. He's saying that Magal is too a way to make people feel happy about that victory. By helping people, we're just achieving one of the fundamentals of Islam. So it's being done, it's being continued, and still if you have like any money you want to be sending, any role stores you want to be giving to the physically handicapped people, then you'll be just like contacting Seigne Abdul Karim or Seigne Cheikh Mbake, who is just working with him in that. So I just would like to come back to the point what you asked me a while ago. So you mentioned the fact of having just like to remind people about the interdiction that are happening in Touba. People need to know that they are Muslims. When you're Muslim, there are certain stuff you need not to do, and there are certain stuff you must do. So these are fundamentals to be avoided. These are fundamentals to be acted out. So when you come to Touba, Seigne Touba said that Touba is a refugee for everyone who is seeking a way to get to Allah. So you cannot come to Touba dirty and then leave Touba dirtier than ever. So you come to Touba dirty and you leave Touba cleaner than ever. So this is the point, and of course we need to understand that by us, the youth, the young men, we need to sensitize people. Let them know, everybody who is coming to Touba, there are a certain number of things that are not accepted there. And all those stuff are being interdicted by Islam. So everything which is being interdicted by Islam is being interdicted by Touba. That's the same thing. So we let people know about it. We form communities. We spread the information through the social media. We talk about it in radio programs or TV programs, or whatsoever mean of communication we may have. We just need to remind people about it. As we will be catching them on the road, it's like giving them food to eat or whatsoever, we will just reminding them, please lady, remember that you're going to Touba. And you need to know that Touba, Khadim Rasul said, so you need to remember that this is a specific place, this is a place pure, and you need to, you behave purely. When you go there, you need to be pure, and when you leave there, you need to remain in that pureness for you to continue in the way that Allah wants you to be. So we need to spread information by any means necessary, through the social media, through WhatsApp group, through Facebook, through whatsoever.
Just like you're doing right now.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
it is part of it, just like to remind people about it, and so that they understand that when you go into Touba, it's not going to another place, it's not going to, I don't know.
Touba.
Yes, you go into Touba.
Otherwise, with the bifal, you didn't know, now you know.
Yes, the bifal are there waiting for you,
Absolutely,
If you don't dress correctly, they're there to correct you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What are you going to add up to that? Because the time is over, and we're going to do Assalamu alaikum, inshallah. On helping the Sheikh on legislations.
I think we all are aware of the highest level of misbehavioral attitudes among young people. This might be one of those reasons we have revived now the Touba legislation that existed for a long time ago. And we know that Touba is not any place. Touba is one given place enough. Touba is the best place enough. Touba is a place where we have just. So this is not even the. I think this is the talk of God Himself,
MashaAllah,
who said so.
Right.
And Sheikh Ahmad Bamba came to exemplify that. He called people to come and take refuge, like to God. So the best place where you can come, you are dirty. You get into Touba, you need to be clean before you get back to Touba. But you don't need to bring your dirtiness to Touba, because Touba, I think everybody is sick. The only one hospital that can help get rid us of our illnesses is Touba. Because that way, people are going just to take profit from Touba. But don't take profit from Touba and leave there your dirtiness. But go and be cool, go and be good, be healthy, and come back and be a good Muslim. Just right up to the Magal, you need to come back as a positive, real Muslim, but not come back as just half Muslim, have something else. A Muslim is a Muslim, and in Touba, that's why you can find a good Muslim. I pray God to help us all, like young people, to behave the way that Sheikh Muntaha Mbake wants us to behave, and to be like stick to that behavior now and forever. And by the way, I am also thankful to somebody who has helped us a lot. Sering Hadim Mbake, Ibn Sering Abdul Karim Mbake. We call him
Of Makarim al-Akhlaq?
Yes.
He's your Sheikh?
No.
He's our chef,
Right.
Yes, I would say well and good, because if you know much about how to behave as young people towards Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, it's like thanks to him, because he helped us open our eyes, widely open. And he said, hey, here is the light, here is the way, go the way, use the light, don't be off the way. And if somebody does it for you, you need to be grateful to him. And thanks once more, Sering Hadim Mbake, Sering Abdul Karim Mbake. Thanks, Sheikhna Gaye.
MashaAllah. So thank you. This is it. It's been an hour. Your last word, quickly, in 1 second.
I would like to thank Allah for having blessed me the time and the opportunity and the strength to come into accomplishing such a great thing for me, because I know that, in the hereafter, every single thing that you have done, whatsoever, even if it is just like staying around, doing nothing, you'll be paid for it, be it a reward or just like a beating. So I will be just like thanking Allah for blessing me that moment, and also, for thanking you so much for having, brought us here just just like express ourselves in English and everything about
all
that.
the time. We're partners. You're going to be coming back, inshallah.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead,
Thank you
brother.
so
What's
much.
going to be your last word?
Thanks to Dahira Moibul Hudas. All my thanks like goes to Dahira Moibul Hudas, who put they put in me what is in
They
me.
in Dakar or in Chess?
No, they in chess. Just like with me, they put everything. So I can't go without thanking them.
Who's the joining of the Daira?
Lifu Kanji and Pap Chow.
Lifu Kanji, Pap Chow, Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, I am just thankful to you, and also I am just thanking. I am saying, Jerejef Ahmad Bamba, Hadimu Rasul, and long life to the Caliph, Sing Muntaha Mbake. And I am just saying, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Father.
Thank you for having you guys today. So happy, so proud to have you, Mr. Mamadou Diémé and Sing Lamin Amar. This is pure product of Senegalese thing, education and Murid education. We have a lot of hope for the future, inshallah. And also remember what is prohibited in Touba in terms of all these elements we just talked about. And we're getting to the Magal. This is the big day for us. The great ones in Touba went to exile for and said later on, so everything we had, it wasn't Srin Touba, so inshallah. And thanks to Sheikh Ali Chun also for the events we had at Mazalikul Jinan and all the crew who were there, Srin Ibrahim GAYE, Srin Ali Badarandim, Sheikh GAYE of the technique, the crew member who went there and then spent a week for the ceremonies, for the everything we had as event at the particular mosque. Just to mention that we have also a new imam there, Srin Basirullah, who happened to be the imam of New York City. If you lived in New York, you know he's very bright, and very upright, knowledgeable, and morally set to be leading a mosque like that. And his brother also, a friend of mine, also Singh Khadim, but La Harwa, grandson of Singh Dam Abdurrahman Low, who taught Quran to most of the Murid community. I mean, the Sheikh's sons and daughters, but also they are the grandson of the daughter of Srin Touba, Sohna Muslim Bake. Until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Jërëjëf Sëriñ Tuubaa. Thanks again. Thanks guys. That was beautiful. Assalamu alaikum. Beautiful. MashaAllah. Sëriñ Diémé bi. Bismillah, we live now.
Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
عسى يفعل من بعد ومكنون ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف والنون عسى يفعل من بعد ومكنون.
Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف.
جزيت خير الجزاء شيخنا بمبا
بالدين والدين يا شيخنا بمبا.
جمعنا الله في الخيرات يا بمبا
وهبك البر ما نويت يا بمبا.
كفيت شر أهداي شيخنا بمبا
سترنا الله في الخيرات يا بمبا.
وسلك الله في الجنان يا بمبا
ومن توسل فيك شيخنا بمبا
بعرمة